now we're gonna get our next batch started of kombucha. I have the container being sanitized right now. So we are going to fill this up. I put about 10 cups of water in. I have to use bottled spring water. We have so much calcium in our water, it just wreaks havoc on the coffee maker. So we'll put 10 cups of water in there because we need to leave room for the tea. All right. So I have these big unbleached bags you can get off of Amazon. Unbleached is better. You don't want bleach in your tea. And they're probably twice the size of the tea bag that you would get in the store. So normally you would put about 12 tea bags in. So if you do get black tea from the store, go ahead. You can use black tea from the store if you want to. Once you get really good at making your kombucha, you can do half black and half green. I just stick with the black, and I buy the bags, and then I buy a big bag of the black tea blend for kombucha, and that's from the Raw Brewing Company. I really like this blend. There's a few others that are out there that are really good too, but you can use regular black tea from the store if you want. So since these are double, instead of 12, I only need 6 of them. So I just pull out 6 bags. And these are pretty cheap bags that you can get on Amazon. I think I got like 100 bags for like $4. So what I do is fill them up. Now I keep my spoon right in my tea bag. It makes it a lot easier. So I put about, I keep my tablespoon. I put 2 tablespoons in each bag. I'm guessing that about the same as, 2 tea bags from the store. All right. And this tea is nice because it does have step-by-step instructions on the back for making kombucha. But this is how I do it. I've done it this way for over 4 years now. It seems to be working. I have tried it with half, there is a blend on Amazon that is half black tea and half green tea for kombucha. That one was really good too. So either one, whichever works, whichever one you like. But you want a good tea. I wouldn't use, I think I started out with Lipton tea, but you want a good tea. So that's a little smaller one. All right. And I think I only put 1 scoop in this one, so we'll just open it back up and put another one in. Can't do 2 things at once, I guess. All right. Now that we got our bags of tea filled, I just like to line them all up. You can do it whatever's easiest for you. So I line them all up, I tie them together. And I keep them together when they're brewing. And I put them in. And I got a nice knot there, it'll help it so they don't fall into the water. And I can just pull it out when it's done brewing. All right, so we're just gonna turn that on. We're gonna let it brew, let it sit for at least 5 minutes. Then we're gonna let it cool down till it's completely room temperature. And then we will come back and do the next step. Cool down to room temperature. Our glass we had is washed and sanitized. So now we'll go on to the next step. So we're gonna pour the iced tea into the jar. we got the tea in the jar, and we're going to put some water in. Not too much at first. You'll need 1 full cup of sugar. I use C&H sugar because it is the best sugar you can get. All right, so 1 cup. And we'll put that into the tea. Mix that up nice until it's nice and dissolved. Now the sugar is what the SCOBY needs for food. That's gonna get them eating and fermenting the tea. So they need food, so sugar. Like when we go to the second ferment, we'll be adding fruits and vegetables, and they'll eat the sugar from them, which will put even more carbonation into it. So this is the food that will keep your SCOBY alive and active. Okay, so make sure your hands are washed really well. So I've got at least 1 cup from my previous batch and my SCOBY in here. So there's the SCOBY. Put the SCOBY in. And you can see I have extra SCOBY here, so I can put this in the compost. I can feed it to my animals. I can share it with a friend. So if you need a SCOBY to start with, contact me. We can figure out a way to get the SCOBY to you. If you don't want to get rid of this and you want to keep it, some people will make a SCOBY hotel. I can tell you more about that in just a little bit. So we'll put that liquid we have from the tea, and we'll put that in there. So we're just going to fill up this container until it's almost full with more water. Okay. So your SCOBY's in there, 1 cup of sugar, and your tea. Now you will need to put your cover on. This is a special one that I have. It actually came with the kombucha pot that I have here. I use it on here. You could put any kind of cloth, cotton. I would use cotton cloth over it. You put a rubber band around it, just anything to keep it on. It needs to be able to breathe. So something clean and airy. So we're going to take this and we are going to put it in a dark, cool place. This will need to sit for 7 to 10 days. I would suggest wherever you put it, put a tray under it or towels. Sometimes it'll be very active and it can overflow. I just keep mine in a cupboard on a towel. So you take that, put that away for 7 to 10 days. So I mentioned that you can, when you have extra SCOBYs, you can take another jar and you can make what's called a SCOBY hotel. So just take a jar, you would pour some of your tea into the jar. I'll show you with some of this one. You have your SCOBY hotel. You're going to want to keep it covered with your tea. Alright, so we're going to take our tea and we're going to take our extra SCOBY and we're just going to put that right in there. Alright, so it's in there, and as you go along, I can show you in this one here, this one has a very big SCOBY. So there's 1 SCOBY. I can put that in the SCOBY hotel. And look at this big. That is a big, healthy SCOBY. So yeah, you would just fill up your jar with your SCOBY and your tea. a cloth lid on it because it needs to breathe. And put this in a cool, dark place. Now this one you will not feed any sugar or anything because we don't want them to get any bigger. They're going to stay in this little hotel until we need them. We can use them for more tea, give to the friends or your chickens or animals. Maybe you'll have one ferment that goes bad and you need to replace that SCOBY that's in there. Take one out of your SCOBY hotel and use it. Great way to just keep your extra SCOBYs if you don't want to get rid of them. Here is one that I keep on the counter. This is one that when it gets low, I take the SCOBY out and the 1 cup, and then I just put the next tea in, and I just keep adding to it. This one came with this cover, but as you can see, I just use one of my cloth napkins, put that over it, and then I got a ring here that holds it on. So we just take our glass, and I usually have ice in it to make it nice and cold, and then you can just fill it up right from here. So I just want to show you, this is the tea that we just made. You can see how dark it is, and when it's fermented, how light it will get. So this is what happens after the SCOBY does its job. And this makes a nice kombucha. And this is just plain. It's got a nice little vinegary taste to it. It's great for your gut. Very good for your gut health. So once this has been done for 7 to 10 days, we'll come back and we'll do a second ferment. I'll put it in another video. I'll show you how to take it once it's all done, and you can add different flavors to it and also carbonate it if you like to have carbonation in yours. So I hope you join me in making kombucha. It's wonderful to have around and very refreshing on these hot summer days. Thanks for watching.